This was a very impressive movie that caught me off guard. Like, I thought this was gonna be a movie where I'm like, okay, like I see the like vision, but I don't know if it's fully for me. This movie is both. I see the vision and I think it is for me. Like I think it is for everyone. Like if I can give you a little rundown of what this movie's about. This movie is about a family, two daughters, one father, who are pretty much in this like not awkward stage, this is a very like bad stage of their relationship. And the father comes back into their lives because he leaves after a certain thing happens and he wants the daughter played by Renetta Reensby. I can't say her name. I apologize again. But he is a film director and he wants for his new like film that he's making for her to play the main part. The rest of this movie is them going back and forth in their own like trauma and stuff of like, well, one, making the movie, like it's a process of that, and then two, if she should be in the movie or not. But it was so good to watch because you go through, and that's why I really like this cast too. Like you go through each and every one of them, like you're wondering, like because they give you pieces of like why they're in the like dilemmas that they're in, why they have trauma and where they are. But I like how they're working through it because the whole movie they're working through different like they're getting their own answers on why they are the way they are. Like,
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård, like why he is a certain way he is, why he goes through the trauma the way he does. Same with it's pretty much just everybody, but it was such a nice movie to like see everyone struggling in their own different ways and how they overcome it towards the end. But I was so impressed with the start of it because at the start they show you this house and it almost shows it to you in a scary movie type of way, like just the way it was shot. But it was still nice. It's weird how that works, but you go through this house in different periods of time at the start of them young, them getting a little bit older, like it's like a time lapse, and then they finish it off there with the father leaves, and then there's a funeral with the mother. I mean, after there was a scene with the daughter acting, but then there's a funeral that they, or what's the word? What's the thing that is held after a funeral?
Oh, like a mercy meal? I don't know. That's what
A wake.
oh,
They
is that
hold
what
a
it's called?
wake.
Maybe what I said is like a Middle Eastern thing. Sorry.
Yeah, they hold a wake, and then the father returns for it, and it's very awkward, very awkward. But then that's where the movie starts, and I just like how I like how we get an identity of what the house is because the house plays a big part in this movie. Like, the house plays a huge part on how like certain characters feel, so certain scenes are being held in certain areas, and I like how that was the start of it. I like how we get to understand the house and we get to understand the characters through this house. But I think the one thing that really took me out too was the ending also because it also has to do with the house, but it kind of wasn't the house if that makes sense. But I was feeling like they were at the house, which screwed me up a bit. But the way it ended was really nice, really like sentimental, but it was just so nice to watch. And I couldn't get over the performances. Like the main woman, Renetta Reensby, she was unbelievable at the start. Like at the start of the movie, she does a really good job on trying to not prepare for a role, but starting to get on stage to act. And she was stressing me out because everybody's there, everybody's getting ready for the performance. Like it's about to start. I'm guessing like 5 or 10 minutes in, and she's in her room and she's like, "I don't want to go on. I don't want to go on. I can't do it." And then the director comes down. He's trying to talk to her. She's still like, "I just don't want to do it. I can't." And eventually she gets out of her room, but then she's still like, "No, I can't do this. No, I don't want to do this." And it was just so impressive to see her like going through all that. And you can see there's just stuff there. And I'm in my head, I'm just thinking over and over again, like, what the heck is going on? Because I still don't know what is going on with her and everybody else in this film yet. But I like how it shows us, yeah, there's something really bad that we really need to investigate. And she's about to go on, and you're thinking she's gonna go on, but once again, she runs away and she's ripping her dress. Something happens, they have to stitch it back up. Finally, she goes on and she kills it with just like, they don't show you the whole thing she does, but they show you a piece of it at the start. and it flashes over to like people congratulating her. But I'm sitting there like watching this scene, going like, I'm not gonna lie, you kind of need some therapy. You need to talk to somebody because if that's how you start, like if that's your process of going on stage, like your game time routine, I don't know, you're not okay.
Yeah.
But that's why I like how, the house, her performance, her dad showing up at the wake, her dad offering her the role in his new movie that was mainly for her. I like how you investigate the rest of that through the rest of the movie. And, oh man, it just, that's why I'm just so happy it won an award. But there's so much more that happens in this movie. Like Elle Fanning, I think, really does a good job in this. And the way she gets introduced, because I saw she was in this movie, but I was wondering what exactly she does, or her role is in it. And her role, kind of hit me in the stinking heart for a sec. So remember when I'm telling you, the main woman in the movie, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce her name. She gets offered the role from her father to play the lead in her, because this is her. Like this, he wrote this movie for her. Later, he discovers Elle Fanning's character, who's a popular movie star, and he decides she should play it. And I went, So the daughter finds out, and that becomes another problem of itself. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? What are we doing? But then that brings up some awkward stuff. And then it's just very, like, you can tell. That's why I like Elle Fanning's character in this, because you can tell she starts slowly realizing this part isn't for her. And I thought I was tripping for the second when it was going through those scenes, because she was asking so many questions about the character. She was asking what she should do, like if this certain thing makes sense. And over again, like the father is trying to tell her, like, oh yeah, like this, if you do this, like this makes sense. Like, what do you feel about this? But you can tell from Elle Fanning's perspective, like this really does not make perfect sense. Like I know I'm doing this role, but this isn't for me. And one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when finally, because I was waiting for this, finally the main woman and Elle Fanning are sitting down and they're talking about the role. And she's just like, she figures out, yeah, this is about you. Like, this is definitely about you. I don't know if I should be playing this part, but can I ask why you turned it down? And then she reveals some stuff. And I think one thing, too, that made me really like the scene was when Elle Fanning is describing the character and describing, like, I guess the flaws or even just the character in general, the camera is showing a bit of Elle Fanning right here, but it's fully locked in on Renata. And she's, like, her facial expressions and her, like thinking about everything when she's saying stuff, I'm like, yeah, you're getting it. Mm-hmm. You're getting it. And that scene stood out to me the most. But there's a lot that goes on in this movie throughout. There's way more. I just don't want to spoil more to you, but it was just really nice to watch. And the ending was really good to me after that. But I 1000%, like, everybody needs to watch this movie. Everyone. Because I think it's for everyone. But I also think that it's for a lot of those people who are going through something and I think are also having a hard time trying to, like, convey it out or even, like, to talk to somebody about what they're going through. Because I think that's the most important thing, too. You can't have it all, like, bottled up and everything. You have to talk to somebody. You have to work it out some way. Because if you don't, it's just going to cause different problems for other people, especially for the future. But I really liked it.
So what'd your number score be?
I gave this a high 8 out of 10. Nice. Like, it's an 8 out of 10, but I gave it a high 8 out of 10.
Nice, dude.
I would watch this 1000% again, and I wouldn't mind even watching it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Like, I just really liked it.
What's the length on it?
It's only like an hour and 50 minutes.
That's not super long.
No, 2 hours and 13.
Okay.
2 hours and 13. Dang. But it's worth it. It's 1000%.